Willkommen! Today we're going to talk about the first part of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And we're going to do it effectively and highly, a little bit. We're going to talk about the difference between personality ethic and character ethic. In the 80s and 90s, there was a lot of influx of the literature to encourage more of a personality style approach to business and life. And it's kind of the celebrity effect. It's like you're better off. Substance is not so important as much as your appearance to society and uh, your your use the how you're seen by other people. So pretending falsely to care at other people's interests, or just making a good impression, and though those things were valued highly over such things as just being a better, actual substance, actual skills. Personality ethic stuff espouses quick fixes and there was an S. Quick fixes and positive attitudes, and doesn't necessarily address some of the underlying concerns. It's kind of like the analogy made is it's like a farm. A farm, you couldn't really miss the entire year and just be like, okay, we're going to work really hard now that it's harvest time. It's you reap what you sow, because you are beholden to a natural system, and so your quality is based on the amount of input. Whereas schools are a human-made system, and he says man-made, so I think he's a little bit sexist. So I'm going to try and upgrade that. It's a human-made system, uh, and therefore it's manipulable. I certainly know people who have deeply manipulated the school system in order to save time and effort. It's really easy to do because the system's ridiculous. Okay, personality ethic works well when you're pretending. It's pretending to be interested in other people's activities. That's one thing I didn't fall for. I wasn't. I never falsely pretended to care about other people's activities. I didn't pretend to care about anybody's activities because I had so many of my own activities on the go. Secondary traits are no value in long-term relationships. Secondary greatness is that's the social recognition for talents, but it's not necessarily primary goodness. One of the other analogies is being in Chicago and trying to navigate, but if you had a map, you didn't know it, but you actually had a map of Detroit, how much frustration there could be. And then he tries to compare how that would stack up if you try and use a personality ethic to solve it. Whether you could be stuck, and you can't. No matter how fast you drive or how hard you work, you're just going to succeed in getting to the wrong destination faster. Or no matter how positive your attitude, maybe your attitude will be so positive that you're just happy to be anywhere and you don't even care that you're lost. But you need to get a new map if you're ever going to successfully find it. So the map is the important part. So the fundamental problem is not behavior or attitude. It's about having the wrong map. Then it's funny, I was listening to the audiobook and heard him talking about a picture where you see an old woman and a young woman, and it's been done so many times. I knew exactly what he was talking about before I just as he mentioned it in voice. And that's the picture where you see both the woman and the old woman and the young woman and the old hag in the same picture. There's lots of different ones. In fact, I can do one real quick myself right now. There's one face. Now it's a different face. What used to be the eyes are now the nose. What used to be the hair is now the beard. So you can see how, if people were looking at it from different standpoints, they could see the same. They could see something. They could see the same image, come to different conclusions, and both be right. So that's about a paradigm shift, is finally seeing the world in a new way, given the light of new information. So there's lots of paradigms, there's lots of paradigm shifts. They don't always have to be good, they can be negative. Because personality shifts, they can, if you shift towards a personality ethic, you can be drawn away from the root of what makes us happy. Then the other mention is if you saw somebody with children being very loud on the bus and you went up and said, "Can you please control your children better?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I probably should. Their mother just died and we're trying to process it." How quickly your view of them would change, because you just had a paradigm shift. You had new information and all of a sudden you're capable of seeing it in a new light. Then he referenced another incredibly old and incredibly overused thing. It's been presented as a joke. It's been presented as World War II. It's been presented as a nuclear submarine. It's the battleship saying, "Hey, you source of information, move your course." And he said, "No, you should move your course." He said, "I'm a captain." "Oh, I'm only a second lieutenant." "Move your course." "Oh, okay." "I'm a battleship." Infuriated. And they're like, "Yeah, well, we're a lighthouse." So it's a good example of, yeah, you're going to have to, it doesn't matter what rank you are, if you don't change your course, you're going to hit a lighthouse. Principles are the map for which we navigate reality. And we want to try and have some positive paradigm shifts. So I'm sure we'll get into one of the 7 effective methods sometime soon. Until then, signing off.